Welcome to the Nexus of Adventure, where stories transcend the page, a place where heroes and villains clash. This is Break, Battle, and Roll. It's once again time to break, battle, and roll. Welcome back, everyone, as we're getting right back into another episode of Arc 3. Let's get these introductions out of the way so we can jump into the story, starting with Chad Stafford.
Oh, a Thrig is a guy who fell from the sky, and he's often known to bust things. Always talking about kicking butts and just crits with his epic axe. Oh, whoa, I just want to be his best friend. Whoa, looks like he's pretty good in fighting. Whoa, did he just turn into the size of a mountain? Whoa. I guess he's a guy that can holler at me. Timothy Biscuit.
Yeah!
Oh.
Nice.
That was such a I don't want no scrub.
Yeah, it was, yes. It's I just want some Thrigs. So Thrigs.
Amazing. That's like my old school jam.
So follow that one up, Janelle Wilke.
Hi, I'm Janelle Wilke, playing Flowerkraut, and I can tell you exactly one thing about the episode, which is I wrote a note to myself that says Thrig has 14 out of 50 hit points. Use a health potion on him, and that's all I know going into this.
He's hurt. Yes, absolutely.
He's hurt, and I don't remember much else.
But Thrig did his job, so...
He did. Timothy and I were very far.
Very far away.
So far away. And I'm throwing my daggers and it's not working.
Is my character supposed to be charismatic? I'm just wondering, because it's like maybe I should be following Timothy a little better. Oh my god, charisma +6? That's a joke.
Oh man, I love that. I love that for you. Like the one character that's got great charisma, but doesn't really want to be charismatic.
She's Ursula. She's all about body language. Ha!
It's the motion of the ocean.
With his first official introduction to the podcast, as his character, he'll be playing Ben Holland.
Me, Thrig, never gonna give you up. Thrig never gonna let you down. Thrig just gonna rage and hurt you. Hi.
Yeah!
Oh my god, he rickrolled us. Or Thrig-rolled us.
He Thrig-rolled us.
Yeah, you got Thrig-rolled. Love that. Get Thrigged.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, welcome back, everybody. We are going to jump right into our recap. On our last break, battle, and roll, Timothy and Flowerkraut approached a set of breached gates, finding the city to be called Astrazalian, the City of Starlight. The heroes entered the city's central hub to find the wellspring still intact and active. They entered within and are cut off from the material plane, trapped in the in-between. There, frozen in time, was a blue half-orc, having just smashed the verdolite gemstone that was powering the wellspring. Timothy boosted Flowerkraut's strength, and she pulled the blue figure away from the magical trap just as Timothy replaced the gemstone with the one that Flowerkraut had just received. Woken from the time spell, the half-orc introduced himself as Me Thrig, then went on to explain that he and his brothers were summoned to the fight. He was told to destroy the gemstone, which he did, and it was the last thing he remembered. Timothy and Flowerkraut explained to Thrig that his brothers did not make it through the battle, and that they were heading into the Feywild to deal with those responsible. Looking to strike back at those that hurt his brothers, Thrig agreed to join the two in their journey. Using the reflection of the wellspring, the three perceived the Feywild behind them, seeing themselves standing there, and were teleported into a mirror version of Astrazalian. Just as they arrived, however, a deformed giant attacked, claiming to have been cut off from the battle. The adventurers fought back, and as Thrig grew in size, it was evident to Timothy and Flowerkraut why this half-orc was with the giants. Together they struck down the threat and looked to the path forward into the Feywild before them. And that is where we left off.
It's more that Timothy and Flowerkraut just kind of watched Thrig do most of the work.
Yeah. Yeah, normally that's Brandy's job. And Brandy's dead.
That's right, Brandy died.
I believe we got crushed by a tree at some point. My memory's a little foggy.
Oh, God. Yeah, we are concussed.
Got baseball batted by a tree.
I got hit directly in the stomach with a tree. Didn't care. Thrig's fine.
Thrig is looking, the most worse for wear.
You guys are standing inside essentially a mirror dimension of where you just were, but you can tell, even though you're inside of a building, this is definitely the Feywild. The architecture around you seems very familiar, very similar to that you saw in Astrozalian on the material plane, but you can see that vines and flowers are woven into the structure itself. More of a lattice than it is solid walls. It still doesn't look very good, though, because this place definitely looks sacked, looks picked over. And as you finally get a chance to look around a little bit, you notice that there are bodies here, but the bodies are a little bit different than those that you saw on the material plane. While there were mostly elves lying about in Astrozalian, here they're shorter, their ears are longer, their eyes maybe a little bit bigger, their features sleeker. There are Eladrin lying dead at your feet.
Oh.
You know them, Timothy?
No, it's just... I grow tired of seeing the devastation these hags have continued to bring about this world and the others connected to it.
It's just as dangerous. I mean, this is kind of their domain.
I guess that is true.
Thrig, do you need a little help there? Would you like a healing potion?
Thrig like drink?
Here's a drink for you, pal. I hope you enjoy it.
Thrig, thank.
And she passes Thrig a healing potion.
Is it a dead fish salve?
Oh, you better believe it. I mean, she just got that bag of stink, the story arc. So yeah, she got some fresh goo ready to go in there.
In Thrig's hand, it's like a healing thimble.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What am I rolling for that, Aaron? What kind of potion is this dead fish salve?
2d4 plus 2?
Thank you. Don't worry, I'll get 4 hit points back.
Tragic.
Roll 2 ones on my d4.
How'd that go down, buddy?
He crushes the bottle before it gets to his mouth, and only a couple drops make it inside. Thank you.
I don't know if it would be of much more help, but I could cast a healing word on you, Thrig, if that'll be helpful.
You know words?
Lots of them, man. Question mark and exclamation point, the stuff that you'd make fun of me for. I could go all day, bud.
Which one makes Thrig feel better?
How about this one?
Well, hold on. Let me stop you there, because I know how you love to run through your resources so fast, Chad.
Well,
there's no threats around you guys. You guys could take a short rest if you wanted to.
Ah, look at you helping us out as noobs.
Like every time Timothy casts healing word outside of combat, it makes me cringe so hard.
I'm sorry. I know someone who likes to throw random things at us, like people and water.
Yeah.
And snakes.
Yeah, what the hell's with all those waters you make us deal with?
And sometimes the people are in the water, and it's the water and the people that hurt me.
Like a tired toddler, I just walk over to the corner and just sit down.
As he's slowly shrinking back down to normal size.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
I do have a question for the voice from beyond.
Sure.
My bell branch, I used all the charges. Do I just throw the branch away now, or
This branch means nothing to me.
Yeah. I know it doesn't actually get thrown away. But is it a long rest before it gets better?
So it regains 1d3 charges at dawn.
Oh. Okay.
So we need to find a man named Dawn.
No.
Did you actually did use all 3 charges?
I did.
Wow. Hey, cool. I like that.
I did a Revelio. I did a protection from good and evil on Timothy. I think I did 2 Revelios. Yeah.
You cast Identify, and that's when I discovered that I'm more Fey than meets the eye.
Oh, that's right. It was like, yeah, you detect Timothy.
I thought you knew that. It is drawn on your character, the green of your top
You
feather.
stop breaking the fourth wall, Flowerkraut. That's not what we're known for.
But speaking of, you do look a little bit different for some reason, Timothy.
You know, every time we come to the Feywild, I feel a little bit different. Timothy pulls out his character sheet and scratches it off and tries again.
Flowerkraut points at the picture and says, see, that's what you look like.
God, it's weird.
Well, since Timothy has his character sheet out and he's looking at it, this is a great opportunity to talk about why Timothy's so different in this episode.
I just feel different, man. Stop making a thing out of it, voice from beyond. No, but Timothy actually has gone through a little bit of a change. So the newer book, The Monsters of the Multiverse, has a new stat block for players that want to play Kenkus. So Timothy is now been brought over to that stat block, and it's changed a couple of things for him. It allows me to reallocate some of my point spendings for my characteristics in ways that were more beneficial for Timothy. I've got a couple more abilities up my sleeve that I'm sure will come into play shortly. And most importantly, I have another use of bardic inspiration at my feathery fingertips.
Oh, damn.
So you saying you found more fun?
I found more fun.
Thrig like fun.
There's also another thing about that I wanted to comment on that I think is probably the biggest change with Kenku is that they no longer force Kenku players to only speak in mimicry. Basically, they just say that Kenku's no common in like one other language or whatever it is. I think that's both cool and kind of at the same time. I like the fact that, the Kenku are who they are. Obviously, with Timothy, we took an approach where he is able to talk, but there's a background to the reason for that. So if anything, this change fits you even better because you're already a Kenku who can speak.
Oh, yeah. Well, Wizards was probably listening to the podcast and realized that we had it right and they had it wrong. So, yeah.
They're fans.
It was still fun with all of the crackle, so.
Hey, it's your world, man. You do what you want with it.
Are you still having a conversation with the voice?
You know what? Have you ever seen that movie, George of the Jungle? It's kind of like that. Every once in a while, I got to talk to the announcer.
Timothy, just lucky, I guess.
Voice from the Great Beyond, it wouldn't be expending a spell slot, but I would like to at least play the Song of Rest while we take a little break.
What a wonderful idea. Like, what a great way to heal your friend without casting a spell.
It's mocking me now. I can just feel it.
What a novel concept.
I'd like to think that the layers of the fourth wall are thin in the Feywild.
So he set the AI to sarcastic.
Like Deadpool showed up and he's just like, hey, let me show you how to do this.
He's like, I've been listening for a while. I've noticed that you do this. I gotta say, man, you gotta use those short rests.
All right. Well, everyone, let's do a short rest and you can get one more D6 of healing.
Yay!
Fantastic. And it's a 6. Thrig feel better. Music is healing.
Oh, full. I am full.
That's 11.
I am back up to 42.
Ooh!
Much better than 14.
Not quite full, but pretty darn close.
Are we deleting the potion from memory?
Yeah, we can delete the potion from memory.
Or
that's fine.
Okay. All right. Flowerkraut somehow magically receives a potion back in her inventory.
I'll drop 2 hit points back down. I'm at 40 of 50 then. That works just fine.
Oh, you can has.
No, it's fine.
You can has.
And you could use more than one hit die.
Thrig, eat the fish. She gets upset if you don't eat the fish, Thrig.
Eat my fish.
Eat the fish, Thrig.
Thrig eat fish.
You like?
So that's one dank potion.
Mm.
All right. So what do you guys do during your short rest? Because you don't necessarily just have to sit there.
How long is a short rest? Can it be an hour? Should I resummon Brandy?
It sure can be an hour. Actually, it should be an hour. So is that what you want to do during the short rest, is resummon?
Yep, using Find Familiar. Oh, Brandy. And then the pentaclam busts out.
Oh, that's right, the pentaclam.
Yeah, I have to take out the totems from my pack, and I make a pentaclam. And Brandy comes back good as new. Wow.
Oh, my head.
I am so sorry.
Thrig breaks off a little piece of the fish and tosses it near Brandy. You fight good.
I eat brains.
It's the head of the fish.
Such small brains. But still, I'm hungry.
She is literally always hungry. She just ate a rat brain and possibly the brain of a goblin that we may have been friends another time with. I don't know.
He's fine. I'm fine.
Brandy's totally eyeballing the body of the dead giant laying in the room.
Oh my god, she sure is. Look at that. I mean, I don't know how big that one is either. She's also speaking of small brains when she looks at that.
Thrig stands up and walks over and just cuts the head off the giant and kicks the head over to Brandy.
Aww.
Here you go.
Oh, God.
Everyone's got to eat, bird.
There, Timothy.
There's a nice tree that's much higher up from the sight and the smell. I think I will, excuse myself from the dinner table.
Brandy, squelches her way up the neck.
Oh, she goes up the back way. Jeez, Brandy. She enjoys the adventure. She likes to work for it. Can Flowerkraut check out the rest of the bod to see if there is anything on the carcass?
Sure. So you're looking at this really a deformed giant. Like, its skin is like a kind of a cobalt, very dark blue sheen to it. It is literally just wearing like wraps that cover up its bits, and it has a tree for a weapon. It doesn't seem like it's, it doesn't seem like it's smart enough to be carrying around anything. It was talking to you guys during the fight, like saying that it was cut off from the fight and it wanted to kill things, and now it finally had a chance to kill things. So it seemed very simple, and that it was definitely part of the bigger army.
It's a simple boy.
It gave Brandy a look, and that's what took Brandy out, which was like the evil eye. Is it wearing something on its eye, or is it its eye just what kind of did it? Is its eye deformed?
Its eye is got some kind of weird shape, and it's right in the iris. Yeah,
got it.
Well, seeing nothing on the bod, I am going to take that eye. Brandy don't need it. In fact, I could have taken that earlier, and she wouldn't have had to go up the neck.
You could have opened a door for her.
Yeah, giving her the nice little ocular cavity, a flesh window, if you will.
Okay, sure.
Timothy is not looking happy in the tree.
I've tried to ignore you.
Those pretty daggers would make this easier.
Trying to survey the land. I'm perceiving our next route.
So you cut out this eyeball from his head, and it's the size of an orange in your hand.
Oh, cute.
And you definitely, like, you take a look at the iris, and there's a bizarre shape to this giant's eyeball. You're not sure what it could do for you, but hey, that's to find out later when you have more time to mess around with it and do some experiments.
Yeah, could be some sort of potion. What Thrig doing?
Thrig's watching Brandy eat, like just kick the head over to an octopus cat and doesn't know what's going on, but he's enjoying it.
Oh, the head's just kind of like rocking around and rolling as the weight
collapsing
is shifting.
in on itself.
Yeah.
God, she's in like a cranium bouncy house. It's disgusting.
Thrig like animals.
Thank you for that, Thrig. She appreciates that.
Timothy, give me a perception check since you're climbing up on top of the mezzanine.
You got it. Ooh, how's a 22 do?
Oh, jeez.
I'm back in my element, baby.
you see a rustling. So there's you're like in the inner chamber of the verdant wellspring, and then there's like the outer chamber, and then there's the outside into the city. But it feels very outside where you are because all of nature is not stopped by buildings here in the Feywild. I mean, there's trees and bushes and stuff still, and the floor is not like paved, it's still grass. But you can see that there's this bush just outside of the chamber you're in, and it's like shifting back and forth. It's like kind of shaking.
Huh? What'd you say?
Maybe I shouldn't shout this. Hold on.
Okay.
And I delicately climb back down the tree. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. Yeah, you never know, but there's definitely movement up ahead.
How you know?
Well, Thrig, I climbed that really tall tree, and I perceived with my eyes, and I saw some foliage shaking about, and that didn't seem normal, even for the Feywild.
I'm going to send Brandy over to investigate.
Thrig picks up his axe and just starts walking that way.
Thrig, no.
What do you say to Brandy?
Brandy, want to go check out what's in that bush over there?
Not really. I'm busy eating.
Like sticks her head out of the head just for a second.
Brandy, if you want, I can stealth about and try and, sneak my way over there, if that's what we want to do.
Sure. I can't really force Brandy to do anything. She, like, when she wants to eat a brain anyway, she eating a brain.
I always want to eat brain.
Flowerkraut's kind of crossing her arms, a little bit annoyed at Brandy.
Thrig's looking at Timothy, but still kind of taking small steps in the direction of the potential fight.
I can't stop him. I'm holding on to him, and I'm just going with it.
You're latched to one leg.
If I hold him real tight, maybe I can stealth us both.
You be sneaky?
I'll be sneaky for the two of us, I guess.
Thrig, your left foot doesn't make sound anymore, but your right foot does.
Yeah, he's on my left foot, so I just put my left foot forward out a few feet and just shake him off. There you go. Go.
Ow!
Pick yourself up and...
So I rolled for stealth, if that means anything.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your stealth roll?
I got a 15, so that's a 24 for stealth.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, man,
+9.
every time we're in the Feywild, it's like Timothy's a whole new person. I don't know. It's just how it goes.
You start to head out of the chamber towards this bush you saw moving, and as you're getting closer to it, you hear something in the bush cough.
Excuse you? Oh boy.
Oof, damn you.
Bush? Is it the bush talking? What is going on here?
That voice sounds familiar.
Out of the bush stumbles this elf, and he stumbles in a way that does not look natural. You seems to be having a hard time controlling his body. His body's jerking about and spasming. Okay, stop. And then the body stops.
Oh, I don't like this.
Look at that group over there.
He's a good dancer.
Don't look at the group over there. Look away from the group over there.
His head turns.
Nope, don't do that.
And looks over at Thrig.
You good dancer.
Bravo! Bravo! Clap, please. It's strange. He's telling himself to do things before he's doing things. If you don't mind, I would like to speak with you.
Stay a while and listen.
That's totally the voice I'm doing, yes.
Yeah, I know it is. I'm sorry.
Flowerkraut's definitely wishing she still had like a charge on the bell branch. A little bit sussy.
Why are you narrating your life?
It's a little complex, but I think it's working, as far as I can tell.
Who are you?
Are you guys just like talking to him from across the room?
I'm staying sneakied.
Okay.
He talked to me. He looked at me and talked to me, right?
Yes. because he can't see Timothy.
Yeah.
I've got my daggers out.
Flowerkraut's like still in a building, right? I guess she can't really. She's maybe peeking out, but I don't know. I don't know if she can tell what's going on.
Yep. Send Thrig to do the talking. Great plan.
I saw you defeat the Fomorian, and I thank you. Perhaps you answered the call. I left a message back in Astrazalian on the material plane.
Those are lots of words. I knew none of them. Who are you?
Flowerkraut comes out at this point. Hi. We got your message. Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
It was like literally the only thing that was still intact, actually, at Astrazalian.
Oh, well, that is disconcerting.
You didn't know? I'm sorry.
Well, I've kind of been right here. Turn and point at the bush. He turns and points at the bush. I've been sitting right there for, many days. So no, I'm not exactly aware of the state of Astrazalian.
Because I'm closer to him and, like, undercover, is there any way I could just do an insight to just try and suss out what this guy's deal is? There's definitely something unnatural going on here.
Give me a investigation check.
All right, not good at that, but I'll give it a go. 12?
So he doesn't seem like he is in control of his physical movements. He seems a little bit, well, here, because you're rolling investigation and you're getting a little bit closer to him and he still hasn't noticed you, you can kind of see a little bit of light reflecting off of him. He has no pupils. He has no irises. His eyes are white, completely white.
This has to be some kind of incantation. I am going to pop out from behind him and with my daggers out, and I'm just going to say, don't take any further steps, friend. There's something off about you, and I don't want you getting any closer to my companions.
Oh, the only way I would take further steps is if I told myself to take further steps.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem, sir. There is something definitely going on here. Why are you in this state?
Well, I suppose there's no one left in Astrazalian to be angry with me. Oh, the sad times we live in. If you would, could you light that torch right over there? Point at the torch right over there. He points at the torch.
Before anyone does the torch, Thrig takes a step forward with his axe out and he says, Thrig ask for, and then he counts on his fingers, 1, 2, 3, third time, who are you? And I'm going to try to be a little intimidating.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Can I give him the help action, seeing as I'm also with daggers out and behind this guy?
Sure. So roll with advantage.
Flowerkraut just stands there oldly.
I'm not going to need it. That's a 21.
Woohoo.
Roll it again, just in case.
Nice.
Yeah, just in case, yeah. 10. So we'll take the 21.
You threaten me of something I no longer have.
A name?
A life.
And he tells himself, bow to this kind sir. And his body bows. I am Nathaniel, a custodian of Astrazalian, and now... And he kind of reaches forward, or tells himself to reach into the light of the room that you guys are standing in, because he's kind of in the shadows, and you can see that his skin is white and sagging a little bit.
Oh.
This is a puppet.
Where's the torch that he pointed at?
It's nearby.
Can I, like, without losing eye contact with him, can I walk over and light the torch?
Do you have something to light it with?
I probably do. I mean, I have an adventurer's pack. There's something in there, isn't there?
Yeah, there should be flint and steel, I think.
Yeah, so he bowed to me. Can I, before that, like do like any type of insight to see if he's like lying or trying to trick or anything along those lines?
Sure.
Okay. You good with insight?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight. Now, you're asking specifically, does it sound like he's lying?
Yes. That's a 20.
Okay. So when you were acting intimidating to him, he didn't really feel threatened, because as you light the torch, you see that he's dead.
Got it.
He is an undead standing before you, but he's talking as if he's not undead.
Zombie.
Yes, some would call me that now, but I was able to cast a spell during the siege. I didn't know if it would work, but I seemed to have animated myself.
Timothy lowers his daggers a little bit, and he starts to think back, and he's just like, you said they would be angry with you. What do you mean by that?
Oh, I was a humble custodian of Astrazalian. We would watch over the bridge between the material plane and the Feywild. That job grows boring after a time, so I secretly started studying something I was fascinated with. Necromancy. I don't think anyone there would have approved, but I learned a few spells, just something as a hobby more than anything else. Didn't think I was going to have to do this. No one survived the siege. Never in all of the centuries that I have lived in Astrazalian have we been attacked on a scale so orchestrated as this.
You saw what happened?
Yes, and I was killed for it.
Please tell us what happened, because Archipeldia is now threatened by the same forces that took down Astrazalian, and any information you can give us would be very useful.
I would be happy to share with you what I know. Yeah, come with me. Turn and walk that direction. And his body turns and starts to walk. You know, I wonder, as his body's walking, he's talking to you guys. He goes, I wonder if I can just internalize these commands to myself.
You're just now wondering.
He's thinking really hard. Nope, it doesn't seem to work.
Thrig get it.
Did you see those Eladrin get killed?
I did. It breaks my heart. The Eladrin lived for so long. Beautiful creatures. They were the sentries here on the Feywild side of Astrazalian, lent to us by Queen Titania herself. And he tells himself to stop as he gets outside of the central hub. You guys look about, and you can see that you're in the Feywild. You are up in the sky, because the islands that mirror those of Archipeldia are Feywild floating islands. Your senses are once again assailed by the color and the beauty of the Feywild. Thrig, this is the first time you've been here, so everything looks absolutely overstimulating. You can see that there's the ledge of the floating island that you're on, you know, not too far outside of the city limits. The city, just like the Astrazalian of the material plane, is sitting upon an island very small, pretty much just housing just the city itself.
Oh, Thrig ate wrong mushroom again.
No, Thrig, this is the Feywild.
Down below you, you see the sea of trees. Forests more dense than anything you've known in Archipeldia. And because they say that the Feywild is a mirror to the material plane, what stretches out below you could only be considered the mirror of the Gestaltian Sea, or here, maybe they'd call it the Gestaltian Woods. High up in the air and off in the distance, you see the numerous island reflections of Archipeldia floating above the trees, and each of them actually grounding themselves to the woods below with roots and vines that drape down the distance.
Tierman, how am I ever gonna find you in all of this?
Is this where you're from?
Nathaniel tells himself to point, and he raises his hand. I am not originally from the Feywild. I am just a custodian of Astrozalian who happened to be on this side of the wellspring when it all came down, but I was investigating that. And he points way, way off, like you almost have to squint to see what he's addressing. Because off in the distance, you can see on the horizon a tree of unimaginable size. The size of a mountain, or maybe even larger, depending on just how far away that thing is. Branches the width of small islands themselves, stretching out from this enormous trunk and moving about the center and enveloping the tree itself are wispy shadows, a cloud of darkness.
Can Flowerkraut do an insight check, since she kind of like astral projected, floated over to Baba Yaga? Can she like kind of determine whether or not this might be where Baba Yaga is located?
Give me a history check.
History check. That's a 6.
You don't recognize this. Well, so if you had seen this tree when you kind of astrally projected yourself, or when you were astrally projected, you didn't pin the location comparative to where the alcove of 6 was. You definitely flew over many islands, but you also really had no idea which direction, which north, south, east, west you were going when you went there. The tree itself is not what you saw or where you were. It looks like this tree is so enormous it dwarfs the giant trees that the hags are all connected to.
Flowerkraut's furrowing her brow, and she turns to Nathaniel. Nathaniel, what is that?
That is Senelise, Queen Titania's throne, the summer court, shrouded in darkness.
I've never heard of Queen Titania. Or wait, history check. 4.
I love that.
I've never heard of Queen Titania.
That's my favorite. Reaches into her brain, pulls out a document.
So she's taking on Nathaniel's like affectations of saying everything she does. Oh, history check. Thinking.
It's addicting.
Remember things I need to talk about right now. Thank you, brain.
History is all around us.
All right.
So while that's happening, I kind of lean over to Timothy and be like, I don't want to be rude to Nate, but I was actually asking you if this is where you're from.
Oh, no, but I've been here before, and a friend of mine, a teacher, really, he might be here somewhere.
Flowerkraut, what did you roll on your history check?
Oh, it was a 4, so I've never heard of Queen Titania.
It's funny enough that as tied to the Fae as you have been, you've never heard of any kind of monarchy or government structure or leadership, like who leads the people of the Feywild. I mean, the Feywild to you has always just been a land unbound by law. And maybe to hear that there is a queen seems strange.
Yeah, the brow furrowing is deepening.
Those crevices, so deep.
The rankles.
Nathaniel, how long has this darkness been overtaking that tree?
Oh, it's probably been close to a lunar cycle. We did what we could to up the defenses of Astrozalian. We did not expect the Dark Fae to make such an organized attack here in the The plane of the fairy. You don't see this. You don't see armies marching. There is no way you could convince enough people to work together to do something like this. And yet here we are, these vile hags from the darkest realms of the Underdark Fae, coming out, drawing in allies, striking against us unprovoked, and breaking into the material plane. It confounds me.
So there's no way that darkness and the Coven aren't related. So if we are to discover more, I suppose that's where we have to head next.
Yes, Thrig cut down tree.
I mean, we'll see once we get up to it if that's even possible, Thrig.
Thrig cut down tree. It sounds like it'd fix it. Could set on fire. We get tree down.
Yeah, how did you light that torch on fire anyway?
I pull out just flint and I use rock and this other harder rock.
Ah, perfect.
All right, Thrig, we're going to find 2 very large rocks.
Yes, bird. And then, I just pick Timothy up and we start walking towards the tree.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
So you're going to walk right off the edge of the island?
Whee!
I'll stop.
Don't worry, we can banjo-kazooie this. I'll just stretch my arms out real long.
So, Aaron, can we talk about a new skill that we now have?
I mean, you are wearing a bear hoodie.
I put him in my backpack. And we just...
That's funny.
All right, we need to find a green bounce pad, or maybe a blue one with a red feather, and we'll be golden.
We could just get a bunch of items and build a really cool car.
Oh.
We just need some nuts and some bolts.
I heard there's this guy named Mumbo. He sells the weirdest shit.
These jokes are only for Chad and I.
I know. Yeah,
We've alienated
so
so
I don't know
many
what
people.
you're talking about.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, you got to hand your loot over to Thrig, right? Because he's the one playing the music now.
Yeah, he can play the lute. I'll bust out a pan flute and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Flowerkraut kind of scowls back at the building they were hanging out, and she's like, "Brandy, you gonna get over here or what?"
A very blood-soaked, dripping Brandy comes smugly walking out of the building.
Flowerkraut's a little bit annoyed with her that she didn't do what she said after she spent the time summoning her and she got fed a big juicy brain. So she's a little bit short with Brandy. She's tapping her foot
Revenge is sweet.
Crawls into your bag with a squish.
Ugh.
You can't stay mad at her when she's like that.
I mean, you can't, but I'm going to do my best.
Thrig love her.
Flowerkraut's very happy to hear that. You have +1 to charming Flowerkraut. Well, not like that.
No, Flowerkraut will remember that.
Yes.
Flowerkraut remembers that.
I see text in the top right-hand corner of my screen. Yeah.
I appreciate you coming to help. However, it feels like maybe it's just too late. There's no one left. If anything, I would be more worried about the material plane.
Oh, we are, but I think the answers we find here will really help us out there. I think it's our only shot. Flowerkraut takes out her tome and flips to a blank page because it's not fully filled out yet. And she draws her best representation of a little woven cage surrounded by the trees of the Hag Grove.
Okay.
And she's like, "Have you ever heard or seen this place before?" It's where the hags were. They had it as their hub, at least for a time. And one of them is still there, and she might be able to help us. She's my patron, actually.
I can't say that I'd ever seen it. I was never the adventuring type. So I have not stepped out of the bounds of Astrozalian here in the Feywild. I assume that perhaps those trees reside on a different level from what we see here. If you are saying that the hags use it as a base of operation, there are different scales, tiers to the Feywild. And there have been breaches where the Dark Fae have ascended. I would imagine that that is where you would need to go search.
Okay.
You know, it was pretty lonely, just sitting in that bush, waiting for someone to come kill that one last Fomorian. I don't think I want to sit here all alone again. Would it be too much for me to come with you?
Thrig was getting ready to throw him off the cliff. Like, oh, Thrig thought question was going to be different.
Flowerkraut also thought the question was going to be different. Is there anything you need to, be able to travel with us?
Considering that I am dead, no.
No.
I don't seem to breathe anymore. Well, come to think of it, I am a little hungry, but...
Oh, no.
Listen, we already have one brain-eating thing on this team. I don't know if I can personally handle a second one.
You think she'd share her brains with me just a little bit?
That's a tall order, my friend.
I don't know if she left any behind. I mean, we could see.
Oh, that's all right. So, leaving the city. Never done that before. Normally, those that come here fly or travel on flying devices. We don't seem to have those.
Don't have to rub it in, man.
He's very sensitive about that, so shh. Yeah, sure don't.
So as we look around, do we not see a way off this island? Is it just this building and this island and this cliff and that's it?
So behind you is the fairly large, city of Astrozalian. You guys walked right out from the central hub through the streets and then right to the edge of the cliff. Of course, it all looks damaged behind you. There was fires. There was a full-on assault. So it looks like a war zone. But the islands that you see around you are all very, think Avatar, like the floating islands. There's these long, vines and roots coming out from the island that are hanging down below. Some smaller islands are attached to this island via roots, so that's the kind of structure you're looking at. So it would be possible maybe to climb down, however you decide to do it.
That's a bunch of snakes. That's a bunch of snakes for Timothy.
It is also that tree is a considerable distance away, and I feel that time is of the essence. So if we could find some sort of contraption or means of traversal beyond just walking, I feel like that would be prudent.
Yeah, let's search the city, I think, and see if any of the fallen might have had something that we can use.
All right. So you guys are heading back in to look around?
Yes.
Thrig agree.
Okay. So Nathaniel will, command himself to turn and walk with you guys. He seems to be just mumbling about, what to do, as you guys are looking over what is left here in the city. Everyone give me investigation checks.
7.
9. Holy shit.
Anybody roll well?
No.
I've been rolling poorly all night.
I'm going to spend my inspiration then to re-roll, because I rolled a 7. All right, here we go. One more investigation. Come on, Feywild magic. Flow through me, baby. 16.
Okay, 16.
Thrig, up on your shoulders. I'm seeing a lot more than I would normally, friend. Thank you.
Yeah, your inspiration was just I stood up straight. You could see a little better.
I can see the fireworks show from here.
Yay.
So most of the areas that you guys are walking through are just like picked clean because those that raided this place also seemed to have pillaged it as well and taken whatever. You guys do stumble upon a building that kind of collapsed in on itself, and you find an entrance into it. Timothy, you're able to like fit through a small opening and get inside. Inside, you find you find some valuables that look like they were overlooked.
Yes, please.
Oh, I heard a good noise coming from up there. Huh.
Yeah, you hear some chuckling or some giggling inside the building. Timothy, you find 2 gleaming silver goblets that seem to shine like they seem to have like a blue sheen, even though they're silver.
Whoa.
Timothy, you also notice that hanging from the window that's still intact are some silk draperies that look pretty expensive.
It feels wrong to take these things, but I also can't help myself. Oh no, they're falling into my bag. Who would do such a thing?
Timothy's becoming encumbered along with the sword and all this, just chalices and drapes.
The last thing you notice before heading out of this, back through the small opening of the collapsed building, is underneath the table you see a locked jewelry box. Because the first thing you do is you try to open it when you pick it up, but it locked.
Thieves' tools.
Yeah, you want to give it a shot?
I sure do, voice in my head.
Do you want to do that while you're still in the building?
You know, you ask good questions, conscience. Maybe I should do this in front of friends, but then they would judge me. What if they thought I was a criminal?
I'm hearing a lot of murmuring up there. Are you okay, Timothy?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Certainly not stealing anything.
This is totally that anime shot where it's like it's zoomed in on Timothy's eyes straining and there's just nothing but darkness behind him.
Yes. Yes.
What if they think I'm a criminal?
Oh.
Besides these material objects, I don't find anything that would be useful in terms of our current predicament. No maps.
Nope. Looks like just a residence.
Okay. I poof back out into the open.
Ah, hi there.
Oh, hi.
Find anything good?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Your backpack looks a little bit puffy. It looks a little bit puffier than usual.
Don't look at my backpack, Flowerkraut. Personal space.
What? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Timothy. Am I bothering you?
Every time Brandy goes into your backpack, all I hear is splish splash. I'm taking a bloodbath, and I don't say anything about it.
Flowerkraut frowns but nods to herself thoughtfully.
No, I can't lie to you. I didn't really find anything that seemed helpful to our situation, but I did find. I guess I found this, which could be somewhat peculiar, and I hold out the jewelry box.
Oh.
What's inside?
I don't know. I was going to open it, but then a tiny voice inside my head said that I probably shouldn't do that unless I was accompanied by people who wouldn't judge me, which hopefully are you guys.
Man, way to put words in my mouth.
Thrig pulls out a giant crowbar from his backpack and says, Thrig, get it.
Whoa! No, yeah. I mean, we could totally do that as a backup plan. Let me try a little trick first, and then if I can't get it open, then I will hand it over.
Thrig looks a little crestfallen. Oh, okay.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Thrig's eyes perk up and he holds the crowbar up again like,
Thrig, is that what you would consider a thieves toolkit? Or is that just like a Thrig toolkit?
Thrig tool.
Oh, okay. Do you have proficiencies or expertise in the Thrig tools?
Thrig's real good at the breaking part of breaking and entering.
Well, Thrig, what if we happen to break what's inside? So I'm just gonna try and wing it real quick. No pun intended, but I do use my feathers as a way of lockpicking. Here we go.
That's pretty sweet, Timothy.
I'm actually going to use an ability for this one. I am going to use Kenku Recall, which allows me to roll with advantage on things that I'm proficient in, and I can do that up to 3 times per long rest. So I think in this moment I recall my time with my original flock because of the way that we had to do things. Like we had to survive, and this was part of surviving. So I learned how to lockpick from my original flock.
All the doors and chests and stuff that you broke into comes back to you.
Here we go. So my first roll is it's a good thing I rolled with advantage because my first roll was a 1, which is still a 10, but it's a 1. So my second roll is a 26.
Oh!
All right. You unlock this jewelry box and open it up. Inside is a very expensive looking elven necklace containing emeralds and sapphires in the actual necklace itself. Like, this thing looks incredibly valuable. As the necklace is in a circular fashion in the jewelry box, in the center, like in the middle where the necklace is not occupying space, there is a silk bag laced with gold. Like a little tiny bag, like a same size as like a dice bag.
Sorry, I had something in my throat.
It sounded like it. Mm-hmm. You all right, pal?
Yeah.
I nudge Thrig. I'm like, he gets like this. We don't judge him, though. No judgies.
Thrig pulls out a single gold piece from his pouch and just kind of moves it around in front of his eyes to see if he tracks it.
Stop it!
I hand it to Timothy and just pat him on the head. It's like a little treat.
Aw. I leave Timothy to handle it if he wants to touch.
Any Elvish writing? Any writing on the necklace? Or is it just pretty plain?
I speak Elvish, so I could take a peek, too.
I would love that, and if you could give this like the old Arcana sniff to make sure we're not delving into anything else that's going to cause us problems.
I do. I can speak Elvish and Sylvan.
So, Flowerkraut, do you want to give the necklace a look over?
Yes.
Okay.
What do I do? Investigation?
Yep, give me an investigation.
Please, dear God. Okay, that was a 12 plus 1, 13.
Okay, so there is no writing on it except one small part. There's a emblem that looks like the crafter's sigil, and that's the only writing on this necklace.
Okay.
Looking it over, it literally just appears to be a very well-crafted, very valuable necklace that someone loved enough to lock it away in their jewelry box.
Okay. Well, I mean, beyond looking pretty expensive, like pretty valuable, I don't know if there's much to this. You said I do investigation first. Should I do an Arcana check as well, or is that it for me?
Having done the investigation check, you do not feel that there's any magical properties to this necklace.
Got that. Okay. Can I check out you said there's like a pouch, little dice bag?
Yep.
All right.
You pick up this pouch.
Yeah.
The pouch itself looks like it's pretty expensive because it's, made of silk with actual gold laced through it.
Okay. So I open up the pouch.
Inside of the pouch is a white seed, fairly large, but think of like a walnut that's completely white.
That's interesting. Okay.
Is it edible?
I pull it out and show it to the guys, including Nathaniel. Any of you know what this thing is?
Oh, yes. Actually, I have seen a handful of those. The Eladrin they tend to, the fortunate Eladrin tend to carry them around. That I believe is a white ghost orchid seed. Very strong magical properties.
I desperately need to draw this.
You see that Nathaniel is straining to remember. What does it do again? It feels like my faculties are slowly leaving me. I knew this once. They carried them around I don't remember.
Is there anything we can do to help you remember? I know you said you wanted some brains. Do you think that would, not that we're offering ours, obviously, but would that help you think, remember?
Oh, I don't know. If I remember, I'll let you know.
It doesn't have anything to do with flying, does it?
No, it carried it around in case of, yes. The white ghost orchid seed has the power to bring the dead back to life.
What?
Okay.
And this wasn't your first thought?
Oh, it wouldn't work on me. No, I have already made the choice. It could bring back someone who is actually dead, though.
Thrig reminds you that you're dead.
Oh, I'm not, though. I am undead, my big friend.
Undead, still dead. You just say first.
Nathaniel, how does it work exactly? Do we, stick it in somebody's mouth?
That part I don't know.
Okay.
I've never known someone to actually use one.
What if Thrig kill you again, then Thrig use seed on you?
Maybe. Maybe we should do our research. I wouldn't want you to waste such a good opportunity.
I see Thrig slowly raising his crowbar again.
Flowerkraut puts her hand on Thrig's arm.
And Nathaniel's not even looking at him because he can't physically turn to look at what Thrig is doing unless he tells himself to do so.
Nobody letting Thrig have any fun.
I mean, if fun is murdering people that could possibly help us make some progress.
But by murdering him, Thrig might help him.
We don't know how it works, though, Thrig.
And as exciting as a find this is, and believe me, it's exciting. I'll take that bag now, thank you. As exciting this find is, it still isn't helpful in terms of how are we going to get off of this floating island and towards that tree.
Do we see any other buildings or anywhere else that we might be able to get into or look around?
There's lots. Yeah, you guys can continue to search buildings and stores that haven't been completely burnt to the ground and destroyed.
If they were flying ships, they would have to have them stored somewhere if there's any of them remaining, right? It would have to be a large building.
They didn't fly in ships, per se. Typically, anyone who could afford would actually purchase a set of wings.
Huh?
Yes, the Eladrin were known for constructing wings to fly traverse island to island.
Really? That's so interesting. Please tell me literally everything you know about this.
Well, the master craftsman is in Sinalise.
Did the Eladrin fly on their own without the wings? Do they just make them, or do the Eladrin use those wings to fly?
You're asking if the Eladrin could fly naturally?
Yeah, because I don't know too much about the Eladrin. Janelle, no.
Okay. So Eladrin, so think about it this way, Eladrin are what elves would be if they were purely 100%. Think of like the Eladrin are the purebred elves. The elves of the material plane are kind of so much more grounded to the material plane, but still have a little bit of Fey ancestry. So Eladrin are pure Fey, and they look exotic because of it. They have very fine features, very large eyes, very long ears, kind of thing.
Did I notice wings on the dead bodies when we had first arrived?
You did not.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like the Eladrin that lived here in Astrazalian, at least the ones that fought in this fight, had their wings with them.
And do these Eladrin, do they also, just so I can understand them visually, do they appeal to a certain season?
They tend to all be within the season that is existing in the Feywild at the time right now, and that would be summer. So They're all very brightly colored. You see a lot of these Eladrin with like red and orange hair. That's another thing, Janelle, is like the Eladrin will change their features with the season that, passes through the Feywild.
Very cool.
What? This might be a crazy idea, but what if we used one of these seeds to bring back one of the Eladrin?
I was actually thinking the same thing, Timothy. I wouldn't know how we'd go about picking right one, but
that is the moral quandary. Is how do you measure such a thing?
guess we can look around to see if we find someone that looks more important than the others, a general of some sort.
Oh boy, here's where the intrusive thoughts start taking over.
How do you measure importance?
All right, so are you guys kind of walking about looking for somebody that looks important, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Thrig would look for somebody like designating rank.
Okay. So you guys look around Astrazalian a little bit, moving about the debris, and you see a couple of Eladrin that look maybe important, but no, that one looks like the same. Like they look maybe the same rank as the one that we just passed. Still trying to see if there's maybe somebody who was a great warrior amongst them that fought a very lasting battle, maybe closer to the wellspring. No, you turn a corner and you hear a voice from above you guys. I don't suppose you folks would have the kindness in your heart to help a poor denizen who may have found himself in a bit of trouble.
Thrig, help that guy.
Thrig, help.
Quietly, maybe. Well, a little bit quiet.
Thrig, help. What Thrig do?
Wait, why?
You look up, and you guys see there's a massive spider web above you.
Oh.
And stuck in the center of the spider web is a Harengon.
He's a rabbit guy.
A Harengon that's wearing a mask, like a wooden mask over his face.
Oh no, I think I found a new best friend. This is Chad talking.
Yeah.
Quietly would be nice, because wouldn't want to disturb anything around here.
So Thrig sees the spider web, right? You can see it pretty easily.
Yeah.
Do I see its creator?
You don't.
Okay.
Just for funsies, in case we need to buy any time, Flowerkraut's going to minor illusion a very sexy giant fly in the web.
Yeah.
A juicy, sexy flesh.
Big old butt cheeks.
It's like, it's got like a hand on its butt.
Hey, fellas. You fly around here often?
It's got little kissy lips sticking out, and it's got like a hand curled under its chin, and the other hand on its ass that's very juicy.
Janelle, now you know you have to draw what you think a sexy fly looks like.
Yeah.
Why do you sound disappointed?
Yes. And then it's all of a sudden it's just wop, wop, wow.
Like Bugs Bunny and Drag. That's kind of what I'm picturing, but the fly version of whatever that is.
Yeah. Yes.
Just as a preventative measure. You never know. To clarify, Flowerkraut, minor illusions, the bubble-butted fly about a fairly good distance away from what kind of creature is it again? Haragon.
Yeah, Harengon. So he's a bunny guy.
Cute. She's gonna put the bubble butt fly like quite a bit higher than him, just so they have a chance.
Okay.
If a spider comes along and finds that appealing.
Buzz. Buzz.
Oh, now it talks.
Buzz. Hi, fellas. Buzz.
Get a load of my buzz.
It's like when they do like the pig that has like the apple in its mouth, like trying to tempt people.
Funny.
I don't recall minor illusions making sound. That's wild.
So you guys look at this enormous web that he's stuck in, And it is not a web, it's not brand new, because you see that there are like wrapped up corpses laying in the web already. Some of them are pretty small. And this guy is stuck there, but you see that he's holding on to a bottle of what looks to be like elven wine.
Huh.
So, y'all can cut me down or something, right? I mean, like, I was doing the hop thing, you know, and I hopped a little too much, I think. And, yeah, been hanging here for a little bit, but, you know, fortune's with me. And y'all come walking by, and now I'm saved. So, let's get to it. What we doing? What's the plan?
Thrig think Bunny drunk.
Oh, I'm not drunk yet, but I'm planning to fix that problem once I get down from here, that's for sure.
How high above me is he?
He's like 30 feet above you. He's like up in between two buildings.
Okay. Thrig drops his bag on the ground and opens it up and pulls out a grappling hook.
Thrig, you've been holding out on us, bud. Is this one of those other, like, Thrig tools?
Thrig have lots of tools, and he kicks his bag, and you hear some, like, clanging and some noises in there.
See, Flowerkraut, you don't judge him for what he's got in his bag.
I didn't judge you. Timothy.
Yeah. Yeah,
We all got weird stuff in our bag, I know.
Could I attempt to throw this around him just to pull him down and catch him?
You certainly can try. Now, I'm assuming, I'm making a big assumption here that you're good at throwing whatever that is. Yeah, and it's going to land exactly where you want it to land. That's all I'm saying.
Thrig promise you this. We will find out together.
I love that idea.
Does Timothy have Mage Hand? Because you could use Mage Hand to bring the grappling hook and wrap it around his waist.
Yeah, that's fine. One mage hand coming right up.
I'd do it myself, but I'm a little busy with this guy up here.
Thrig swinging the grappling hook, getting ready to throw it, and then he just looks at Timothy and Flowerkraut, and you can see the fun drain from his eyes once again. And he lets it drop, and he kind of points it towards Timothy.
Thrig, buddy, I could just have the mage hand as backup, you know? I think that's totally fine, too.
Go ahead.
Oh, no.
No, lady makes smart idea. Don't want to hurt Bunny.
He starts strumming really softly on his lute, just because enough to, like, create, like, a small melody that brings his mage hand to life, and he's just like, do you want to give it a high five?
You see Thrig light up so badly. Just reaches a huge hand up.
No.
Smack.
Yeah. And then I'll hand it the grappling hook.
I guess it grabs the hook and just starts floating towards the Haragon.
Okay. So you're trying to get the grappling hook around his waist. I'm going to have you roll Arcana, because you are having to focus on this spell at a level that you've never had to do it before.
Oh, jeez. I've never had to sustain a note this long on my lute before. Yes! Yes! That's a 16.
Okay. So it goes... You're having to basically navigate this... You're having to, like, duck and weave the grappling hook, like, underneath a layer of spider web, over this other one, around the back, and you're, like, trying to do this without disturbing the web. You get it, you hook it all the way around his waist. Wow. Well, that was mighty impressive. Great. What's the next part? Is it where I come flying down out of this thing? And
I just yank on it as hard as I can. Mid-sentence.
Oh, shit.
And as soon as he does, I'm going to cast Featherfall on him.
Okay. Roll an athletics check.
20. Not nat.
Okay. That's plenty. You rip him from the webbing. He comes flying down like a bullet. And Timothy, you Featherfall him. He kind of like like halfway down, starts to slow down, and he's just like, ah! You know, and then all of a sudden, oh.
We've got another kite person. A Harengon kite. We're good at this.
Well, not bad. I that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And as he slowly comes down to the ground, you look up and you see that the simple act of tearing him from the web is up there reverberating.
Mm-hmm. Flies.
His cheeks just clapping.
Come and get me.
The fly is in a Jeff Goldblum pose.
Oh my god, yes! My brain almost got there, and you got there like maybe 2 seconds before my brain would probably have gotten there. Oh, because I was like, the fly. Jeff Goldblum played the fly, and Jeff Goldblum did that classic sexy pose. But before I got to that third part, you did that.
The fly also has chest hair.
You were so busy wondering if you could do it. You never stopped to ask if you should.
Officially going to be a Jeff Goldblum fly.
Jeff, no. He's sacrificing himself for us. Run.
Oh, yeah. Should we get out of here?
Oh, we should definitely get out of here.
So, yeah, you guys turn to, like, leave, and you see something finally coming crawling along the web above you. It's not what you expect. Now, think that, you know, when I say something that looks like a personified version of a spider, if I said Spider-Man, it's a two-armed, two-legged creature with a spider's head that comes crawling along. Like, think of someone walking on all fours. It comes running along its webbing, and it like... And then you see from the other side, another one comes running. Two of them up there.
Ew.
So it's like a reverse Drider?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
That's some Junji Ito shit.
No.
Flowerkraut gives a parting glance. It's like, oh, God.
And one of them goes straight after the big juicy fly.
Jeff, no.
The juice is loose.
Seriously, Flowerkraut, how did you make a minor illusion that has sound? I need to know, how did you do that?
It's like I focused less energy on having it being able to move around us, you know, our like little flattened PNG action, but...
Oh, yeah.
And so apparently by suppressing that, another effect came up. Juicy. Yeah, I don't know what I put into that, sorry.
Ettercaps. Ettercaps are the fucking worst. Let's get out of here. And you see the Harengon, like, he's got a knife out already, and he's digging out the cork of the bottle while he's walking with you guys. And he's just, like, trying to get this thing open. One of the Ettercaps goes after the juicy fly, tries to wrap it up, realizes it's an illusion, and poof, disappears. Gets pissed. And the other one looks down at you, and you see them both kind of, like, crawling along the ceiling as if they're trying to, like, stalk you guys now.
No. Thrig, if you want to destroy something, by all means.
Meet Thrig. Meet Thrig.
And that is where we were going to end our episode. Winds with you, BB Army. The Barkeep here, wanting to thank you for joining us for today's episode of Break, Battle, and Roll. We hope you're enjoying our adventure as much as we are in creating it. If you're looking for more ways to connect with Break, Battle, and Roll, follow us on Instagram or Twitter, both at Break, Battle, Roll, or stop by and give us a like on the Break, Battle, and Roll Facebook page. Additionally, you can follow Chad Stafford at his Instagram and Twitter, both at It's Chitchad, that's ITSCHITCHAD, as well as his YouTube channels, Chitchad, and Chitchad Plays. You can find Janelle Wilke on her Instagram at janelle.wilke. That's JANELLE.WILKE. Or you can find Aaron on his Instagram at Airkuma. That's AARKUMA. This podcast wouldn't have the same audio quality without our amazing musicians Ben Holland and Rory O'Neill providing our theme song and musical accompaniment. Ben can be found on SoundCloud, and you can follow Rory on Twitter at Trench Warfare. That's TRENCHRORFARE. Now that you're a part of the BB Army, help spread the word. You got a friend that's run dry on D&D podcasts, perhaps? Send them our way. Also, if you find us on Apple or Spotify, leave us a review. We would love to hear what you think. Thanks again for listening. Now it's time for me to hop back on the story arc, pour a couple drinks, and get ready for the next adventure. Until next time.